Hi guys, so one of the questions we were asked recently was how do you go about growing muscle or building muscle mass? So I thought I'd address that, seeing as we've got more and more males coming into the group and a lot of the females are focusing on building their muscle mass, not looking to get hench, but just growing and looking more fitter. So first off then, calories, okay? Yes, you can gain muscle mass without being in a calorie surplus, but being in a calorie deficit is very difficult, especially if you have got a higher training age. Being you've trained for a long time, you're going to really struggle to build muscle mass without feeding them, fueling them, okay? So you need to be putting enough calories into your body for your muscles to grow and repair. Talking about calories, protein, okay? So one of the macronutrients, very important, protein. Without it, you will not grow any muscle mass. So you're looking at what we'd say about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, okay? And start with that, okay? If you feel like you're not getting the benefits as much, then you could possibly push it up, and probably one of the reasons you do that is if you were training a bit more often, okay? So training volume, that went on very easy, that was slick. Training volume then, you are looking between 10 to 20 sets per muscle group, so pushing muscle groups, pulling muscle groups, so the back, that kind of thing, per week, okay? This seems to be the ballpark figure and the best from the studies. So yes, 10 to 20 sets per muscle group. Now, training intensity. If you are training and finishing a set and you think, oh yeah, I could have done 5-6 more reps on that, you're not training to the intensity needed in order to elicit that muscle hypertrophy, so growing. Intensity needs to be around 3, maybe 4, depending on the exercise, reps in reserve, so RIR. Around the 3 is what I'd recommend, and that is meaning you are finishing your set, finishing your exercise, and possibly feeling like you could have done 3 more reps, okay? Anything more than that, like I said, then you are not training to the intensity needed. On the flip side of that is training to failure, okay? There's no point training to failure constantly. So be smart about training to failure, use it, but don't overuse it, don't abuse it. Yeah, and train smart with it, basically. So training frequency is very important when it comes to muscle growth, okay? Meaning how often you train the body parts per week, okay? So what people used to do is they'd have like chest Monday, they'd have legs on a Saturday, and they just train that body part once a week, okay? Now, what's going to happen there is trying to cram in that volume with 10 to 20 sets per muscle group is going to be very difficult, and also you're going to end up needing a lot more recovery over the week, which is not going to be a benefit. So if you could spread that load across maybe 2 sessions per week on that muscle group, so hitting back twice a week or chest twice a week, that kind of thing, then you're going to see better recruitment in the muscles, you're going to recover still, you're going to grow a little bit faster and build more muscle mass, which is great. Moving on from frequency, then we have got progressive overload, okay? So this is basically making sure you are progressing, be it through the load, so the weight you're using, reps. So if you struggle to hit 8 reps and you're pushing for 10, and again 9 reps and 10 reps, the sets that you do, obviously we're not going to be pushing 5, 6, 7 sets out per muscle group per session, but building up the sets, that kind of thing, just increasing the load you place on the muscles, okay? So progression is key, but also you got to remember recovery, which we'll talk about a little bit more. But before that, you got to look at form, okay? Form is a very important factor in this, okay? If you're training with poor form, then first off, you're going to end up injuring yourself. So what you need is proper form and proper technique throughout as much range of movement as your mobility will allow. So yes, it's great to squat all the way down, so ass to grass, but is it key? Not really, okay? You train within your range of mobility. So if you can't get down that low because of limitations through your joint, your mobility and your muscles, then fine. You push yourself through your full range of mobility, not someone else's, okay? So going through the full movements is going to be key to you using the full amount of muscle as possible and pushing it for growth. And lastly, most importantly, the key here is rest, okay? So I touched on it a little bit earlier, recovery. Now, I don't mean just rest between like the sheets when you sleep in, or between sessions. I mean between training cycles or training blocks. Okay, so you'll sit to a certain training block for say 6 weeks, maybe 8, depends. You need to factor in some deload weeks, so a part of the session, part of the program where you take your foot off the gas a little bit, just to give your body a bit of time to recover, take the stress off the joints a little bit, so then you can go into the next week and build back up. Okay, so it's key, guys. If you're not getting the rest in, and by that I mean the deloads, then you're really going to be struggling, especially if you work into the intensity and the frequency and the volume, and the overload. Then you're going to definitely need the rest for your body and your joints and your muscles. Okay, that's it. There's a lot to it when it comes to muscle growth, but it's the same for weight loss. I mean, there's key factors in it, but everything else plays a vital role in it as well, guys. All right, that's it. That is my my thoughts on how to grow muscle.